In today's video, we're diving into 8 conversational habits that can make people genuinely enjoy being around you. Let's start with the first habit, the false completion technique. This is when you finish someone's incomplete sentence with a joke. If you want to see how it works, check out this moment between Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. Dwayne was asked if he might consider running for president one day.
I think in time, if that's the decision we make, we'll see.
Yeah, but nothing yet.
No.
Have you started
campaigning against him?
No.
Yes, I have.
Oh my God.
Ordinarily, cutting someone off to complete their sentence for them can be irritating, but adding humor to it makes them laugh and immediately lightens the mood. As you'll notice in the next part, it makes it easier for the other person to pick up where they left off and continue their thoughts.
That's a great kind of marching order. Very, actionable for us and easy to understand. And every day I was like, all right, how can I help that?
And how can I get more lines?
How can I get more lines? But watching the two of them, because it really is.
The secret to eliciting a big laugh is to complete their sentence with something absurd that they obviously weren't planning to say. Another great example is when Dwayne jumps in while Emily is asked what they would bring if stranded in the jungle.
I would take a sleeping bag and a tent, and I would take food, and I would take
Vagisil.
and I would take a
These playful interruptions can turn any conversation into something more lively and fun. And if the person you're talking to has a good sense of humor, this back and forth banter can help build a connection.
You know what I would take? I would take the, I've been saying this, but this is true. I would take the thing that's most important to me because I'm a good human being.
anal beads.
When someone jokes back, they're signaling that they want to engage with you. If you're aiming for a strong connection with this person, it's important to accept these humor-based invitations to connect. One way to do this is by going along with their jokes. For example, even though some might be upset by a comment about their outfit, look at how Emily Blunt handles it here.
You could put some football pads underneath there and you just...
I actually, this is all me. I don't know if you...
You've bulked up for the Jungle Cruise?
When you follow up on someone's joke, it shows that you're listening and think they're funny. This not only makes them feel good, but they also associate that positive energy with you.
Look where you put your cup. That was real power move. You put it on top. This is when you know a guest doesn't want to answer any more questions. Put it on top of the card.
You need your
You
notes?
know what?
Okay.
You know what? That's a delight.
If you're not sure how to respond to a joke in a witty way, you can always take the simpler route of giving them a hearty laugh.
What made you guys decide to sign up?
Money.
The goal isn't to fake a laugh, but to allow yourself to laugh naturally whenever something amuses you. If laughing during conversations is something you struggle with, that's okay. Like many things, laughing becomes easier with practice. A good tip is to watch something funny right before you go out, as it puts you in a better mood to laugh while socializing. Another great way to strengthen your connection with someone is by using physical touch at the high points of the conversation, especially when you're both laughing.
You are known as this kind of the positive force on set. We can do this. The kind of, yeah, we can do this. Is it true that Emily Blunt did break your spirits?
It was a particularly hard day, I will say.
Touch can also help solidify a genuine compliment.
Mark, I did the Oscars,
Yeah.
and he produced it, and he said, man, people know you as Wolverine, but they've just seen you. You should do a movie musical.
You crushed the Oscars, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, epic.
Thank you.
However, while touch can be a great way to bond, not everyone enjoys it. Start small and gauge how the other person reacts before moving forward with more warmth. Additionally, be mindful that touch can sometimes be misinterpreted as flirting. To avoid this, there are 3 things you can do. First, keep your touches brief, just 1 or 2 seconds. Second, touch everyone in the conversation to show it's not aimed at a specific individual. And third, avoid intimate areas like the thigh, waist, or lower back. Friendlier zones are the knee, forearm, or shoulder. An excellent charismatic habit you can add is friendly teasing.
Line that you had from me, remember? It had something...
Old?
Old guy with beard?
When you're kind-hearted, adding in playful teasing can make you more engaging because it keeps people on their toes, unsure of what you'll say next.
I've never seen 28 Days Later. I'm so sorry.
You
Now
were
I have
so
to
on
watch
board,
it.
man.
No one has. It's
Some people fear that teasing might accidentally offend someone, but there are two easy ways to ensure people laugh instead. First, make sure your teases are clearly false, like the ones we saw with Killian. He's not old, and 28 Days Later was a success. Second, make fun of yourself too, so it's clear you're just being playful and not picking on them. For instance, here's Emily making fun of her own movie, The Adjustment Bureau.
Adjustment Bureau?
Yes, we did. Sometimes we just see each other across the street and we go like that.
That's like what fans want to hear.
Oh,
so thank
yeah.
you for
Exactly.
saying that.
People are clamoring for Adjustment Bureau too. You know, just crying out for it.
There's one more key to becoming a captivating conversationalist who people love being around, being a good storyteller. So let's go over 4 storytelling tips that will help you keep your audience engaged and laughing. The first tip is to act out the characters in your story. In this clip, Emily shares an anecdote about trying to use her school-taught French while in Paris. The story isn't extraordinary, but her character impressions make it hilarious.
Say everything apart from the word taxi, apparently. So I went, est-ce que je peux avoir une... And he went, taxi. And I went, yes. And he went, taxi. He's Simon English, Simon French.
If you're not comfortable doing full impressions, start with just facial expressions while keeping your voice the same. For instance, here's Emily explaining what it was like filming Mary Poppins while her husband was writing the horror script for A Quiet Place.
The top of the house.
Mary Poppinsing.
Yeah.
He was writing
He was
this
just
terrifying
birthing
movie.
this hideous, you
Wow.
know, frightening movie. So I'd come home from work and be like, I danced with penguins. And he was like, I killed a kid on page 4. You know?
Our second tip is to pause when people laugh. Giving them space to react makes you come off even funnier and ensures the rest of your story is heard.
Is your kids getting your accent or are they getting your husband's accent?
Well, Hazel had my accent for a really long time and would say things like water, which I was really proud of. And then the other day she goes, can I have some water? And I went, it's water. And she was like, no, it's water. I was like, no!
Another great time to pause is right before your punchline. Try a 3-second pause, which builds up anticipation. Here's Emily talking about filming Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. To give you some context, Tom is known for always staying positive on set and never saying anything negative.
He was pouring with sweat. I remember looking at him and he was like, guys, please roll. Please roll. And I just looked at him and I just went, oh, this sucks, like that. And he looked at me and he goes, it's a challenge.
Pausing before the punchline amplifies its effect. One way to get better at delivering punchlines is to develop a few go-to stories. Once you've told a story that gets laughs, you can reuse it, knowing you've already figured out how to tell it. Here's an example of Emily talking about the birth of her first child.
We were in the recovery room afterwards and we had this amazing nurse who came in and she said, Sam, your baby is so cute. And I went, oh, really? She went, she is gorgeous. And I went, hey, Mabel, I think you say that to all the mothers. She went, no, I don't. She went, when I know a baby ugly, I say, you had a baby.
Having a few reliable stories like this will help improve your conversations. Just remember not to repeat the same story with the same people too often. See you in the next video.